Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Skyblock Sun on the Siblings Den channel. My name is Wingless, and it's been a hot minute since we have made a video. Last video I was working on was the reaction video, but I've also been quite busy with what's behind me, and you could probably see it's been a busy work. I'll explain all of that in this video. Hopefully it'll be a quick one as well, just to get an idea of what kind of end game items should you be expecting to work on, and what you should do with your robots and where to go from there. So lots to talk about, but I've got a funny thing to say that happened before I even started this project. So this server has this thing called giveaway. Every time you make a vote, you get a ticket get another chance to win items. And it seems that I was using the tickets once in a while, but I remember way back in season 1 or 2 that I ended up just dumping all of them on one weekly giveaway, and then that was it. I'd never thought about it again until like the end of last month. Once I did, for some reason I ended up checking to see if I had won anything, since I had done a giveaway voting recently, and it turned out that I had won, but not from that period, but from just so long ago. Finally claimed it, and I ended up getting 4 pet keys as well as a bunch of coins that I can't trade. But I was able to get myself Sky God. Woo! Anyway, that was fun, but I figured let's do a quick looky-loo at what you can do with the giveaway tickets and if it's worth it or not. The answer is yes, because it's basically free, even if you don't win. If you go to giveaway, you'll see the information of how many tickets you have, how many times you win, daily wins, weekly, monthly. You can put your tickets in any of these that you want, and each of them give different groups of prizes. It's simple keys, potentially monthly keys. I got like 4 pet keys as well as some coins. The coins was really a big thing that I was happy with, but you have your chance of just absolutely anything. If you attempt a monthly, this is like once a month, obviously, but you do have bigger items that are available. Weekly, slightly better items, and then daily, much less, but most likely to have a chance to win on these. But again, you can only spend your ticket once. The one that I had one with was a weekly, and it already did a great job in me having some coins that I could spend on, as well as being able to upgrade my rank. So woo, it's worth it. If you're already voting a lot and you get these, you should be able to use it and take advantage of it now, because especially recently, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you get double votes. That's great because it means every time you vote once, you get 2 keys. But what's also great about that is they're now giving premium for 15 minutes or 30 minutes, depending on when you vote. And every day, if you do /G-Kits, I don't have it right now because I've already claimed it, but every time you get premium, you're going to end up having a little emerald that'll show up, and you can claim it every 24 hours. That'll give you an extra key or a few other items as well. So it's really worth it to check that out. This gives you more items passively, so go ahead and do it. It'll be a great time. But now, what's with all of these spawners? Let me show you. In one of our last videos, we showed that we had a giant sugarcane farm that was helping us with cash. This helped us in 2 ways. It allowed for passive income to happen every so often without the need of fuel from the generator or the need for any additional services other than just breaking them apart, getting them, and putting them into the collection box. However, while this is essentially free money, it is still a method that needs to be done through AFK, and it just takes a lot of time. So it gives a good amount of money, but maybe only in the like hundreds of millions, not much more than that for the most part. But if you're AFKing already and you're just letting this guy go, it's basically additional free money if you don't have other things going on at the same time. A few other things that we've had as well is our bedrock farmer that's taking care of all of this. At max, when it's full, we're gaining about over 120 million from this, and this fills up fairly quickly. I would say probably in less than 30 minutes. So long as someone is actively using a Salwan on them with the multiplier, we have a Salwan of 1.5, so that's probably why it's much higher for our selling. But this guy is quickly giving us in the hundreds of millions, no problem. This goes the same for our 3 bedrock grinders already ready right now. And again, very similar to the farming, they are getting us about 150 million. And these take a little bit of energy from the grid If you only have these, you should be fine if you've leveled up your island and you get the passive energy. However, if you're adding up the stacks from the grinders as well as the robots, you're looking to need fuel from your generator. Now, there is one thing that we found out from our generator that's been a huge deal for us, that has made us possible to have so much money coming out of all of these spawners. Let's go take a look at the generator. So early in the season, we ended up having an island generator, which is the new method of centralizing all of the energy and seeing how it can be outputted to help you out with all of your spawners, as well as your production for all of your robots as well. I don't think it impacts the mining robots, but it'll impact the farming robots as well as the grinding robots. Now, here's the kicker, and you'll probably see it right above my head. It says producing power overclock. What does that mean? Well, it turns out that once you upgrade your island generator up to a certain point, you can overclock your island generator. It burns fuel like nothing other. But look at the multiplier we're getting from the power output. We need 10 kilowatts. Because of the overclock, we are overclocking at 53 kilowatts. I believe that if we put this to normal, we'd have just enough for just 100% output. If you take a look at the generator plan we have, the current plan is overclocked, and it's giving us 500% efficiency, but it's burning as much fuel as possible. And we could store right now up to 400, but the fuel burn time, because of the constant amount of items that we're putting, we are only able to have almost 3 minutes worth of burn for each amount, which is not terrible. But if I switch this to efficient, well, now I've got days worth of energy, but so now I'm only getting 107% efficiency, which is fine. It's not terrible. However, it is nothing compared to overclocked, which although burns things up a lot more, it gives us 500% efficiency. This has made it so effective in regards to the amount of energy we're producing, but also the amount of output that we can get out of our spawners. And that's where we've been making almost all of our money, in the billions at this point. Here's a quick look at just kind of all the upgrades we've gotten over time. We've definitely been lucky enough to get some upgrades that have helped us a lot in this. And not cheap either. You can see like 36 basics, 32 commons, and so on and so forth with the other ones that just all have multipliers of 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32 respectively, from the lowest to the highest, basic to mythical. But this is where we've been endgaming our cash needs right now. We basically have transformed our space to make sure that all of the mobs are making their way to our collector box that's just below me, the purple box that's near our sugarcane as well. And all of them are spawners of endermites and guardians. The reason why we have this is because we're using one of the combination auto crafters in our collection box. Our auto crafter is the enchanted ender pearl, and so it means every 5 ender pearl and 5 heart of the sea, we get 2,250. We've done the calculations, and it ends up that it just makes 500 or just a bit more. But the reason why we like this still is because it takes huge advantage of the collection boxes. So for every 1 enchanted pearl, ender pearl, is the equivalent of 5 regular ender pearls and 5 heart of the seas, which means a lot more can get into our collection box over time. But we've been basically working on our setup. If you take a look at the chunks, you'll see that we end up having 4 in each corner, and each chunk has its respective spawn. Endermite here. We then have our guardian spawner, endermite, guardian spawner, and so forth. And we even have it underneath our little blaze grinder spawn as well. And all of this falls down into our system, where it moves into lava that gets destroyed to get collected. Now, what's the reason for this? Well, basically every time they die, they are dropping a percentage of their drops. You do get a lot more drops if you destroy them manually. However, this is just a very passive way of doing it, so that we don't have to just grind like for experience or for blazes. It's basically just dropping and getting it. It's not the maximum amount, but when you have this many that you spend on, it adds up very, very quickly. And just during this period of this video, I can show you very quickly how much we've gotten just in a short period of time. Let me show you. So I will admit we have the unlimited sell ones. We were lucky enough to get that. But you'll see that we've already got a stack of 332,000, 333,800, and it's just going really quickly with its stacks. And you'll see that we have a lot more enchanted ender pearls than we do the other ones. But this, remember, it's a combination of 5 times ender pearls and 5 times Heart of the Seas combined to make one of these. And when you sell it, already just there, as you can see, $2 billion. That $2 billion right now is what helped us increase all of the spawners and upgrading them. And we've upgraded each of these spawners up to 100 each. So each block has up to 100. Was it costly? Oh boy, it was. All of it cost a lot of money to get all of this set up. But we were able to get this fully functional in a week because we were just compounding the amount of resources that we were getting every time we were setting these up, and we ended up getting more and more and more. And this is really giving us the end game of what we need to really level up our island. We've been able to get our island up to level 150. I promise you that we could have gotten this higher much sooner if we didn't just spend our money on the spawners. But at this point, we're at such a high level of the amount of resources that we can get from credits that this is really getting us above and beyond our levels. Hopefully by next video, we can show just how high we can get. And probably in the next month, we're definitely going to reach at least level 300. But our goal is for sure reaching level 500. And I bet some people are wondering, well, that's got to be a lot. How much is that? Just to 300, you're looking at about, I think it's 4 trillion. Well, if I can make a couple of $1 billion in about an hour, yeah, it's a lot, but it's doable. And then what you can do is use credit multipliers from the boosters, continue getting money from the other ones, and you can really get going. Hello. So really take a look at this crazy setup. You don't have to be as crazy and have it this big, but if you're definitely looking to get some cash going on, I would highly recommend doing the math a little bit. But Endermites are only 50 million, while the Guardian spawners are 1 billion each. Just to start, upgrading the Guardian spawners are about the same amount as the Endermites. Maybe the Endermites being a little cheaper, but essentially they end up being close to the same. But once you can get a collection box that has that auto crafter going, you are really setting yourself up on how to maximize the amount of cash you can make on your island. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show, really showing just it takes some effort and a lot of planning and setup. Obviously we also like to kind of decorate our area as well, as you can see, but really this is one crazy setup, but it's really what's going to set people apart from the end game. And just know that this is a setup that's dependent on you being AFK on your island. Not AFK grinding, but just sitting there and waiting for it to go and then selling it every once in a while. So this is dependent on having either an alternative account or your own account just sitting there and doing nothing, and you can do other things at the same time. But just a reminder, there are rules about AFK grinding. Don't do those while you're doing the irregular AFKing of just the spawners going through. So just a reminder for everyone so that they are not getting themselves in trouble from that. And with that, that's all I have for you today. I hope you liked the video. Don't hesitate to send comments, let us know what's going on, give us all the feedback that you want. We are here to continue seeing what we can do, and we'll do kind of an update about 1 month in to our island and see where we're at, and give maybe another breakdown, a quick breakdown of from start to finish how we did things, so that this will help everyone move forward on the island. For all new players, we do hope that you enjoy yourselves. Don't hesitate to reach out and ask questions, but see if you can find any other videos that can help. We definitely on our channel have quite a bit of them, so take a look at those. And if not, we'll be glad to respond to you in the comment section, or even if we're on the server, just to say hi. Have a good one. Have a good night. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself. And don't be a stranger. Woo! Do 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 light show. Do 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 light show.